Hello all, welcome back to Tap Sac. I'm Ted, and it is finally here. The Final Fantasy crossover with Magic the Gathering has been released. If you've been thinking of getting into Magic the Gathering for a long time, this is a great chance because Final Fantasy is a beloved brand. You've probably played the games since your childhood, you've watched some of the movies, and now you can play your favorite characters in the Magic the Gathering setting. So this video, we're gonna open up a Magic the Gathering starter kit, probably the best way to start playing Magic in a 1v1 setting. Thanks to Wizards of the Coast, we've got a fully sealed starter kit right here, featuring two of the most iconic characters probably in the game, Sephiroth and Cloud. Each starter kit comes with two ready-to-play 60-card decks. So essentially a 1v1 setting, how Magic was originally designed to be played. Alright, so before we get started, hope you will hit the like and subscribe button. This will help us a lot. So we're going to open it right from the side. We've got the two decks right here and then two pre-folded deck boxes. And this is very important. The starter kit play guide, essentially a quick start guide to Magic the Gathering. You have introduction to the 5 colors, the cards, the contents of the starter kit, and your battlefield, which we will go into that later. Okay, let's remove the plastic, and then we have the two leading characters, Sephiroth and Cloud. They're both pretty strong, considering this is a starter kit, and we'll get into those abilities later. But first, let's open up the two pre-built decks. So one for Cloud and one for Sephiroth. We're also quite new to the Final Fantasy cards, but here I think if you've played the games a lot, you recognize some of them. So I'll just briefly run through these. You got Pixies. The maximum number of copies you can have in a deck is 4. So we've got one rare here based on the symbol, Ultimecia. Temporal Threat. We've got Rats. The Sephiroth is a blue-black deck, and you can see here black mana symbols, and then we also have blue mana symbols. This is another rare, Seymour Flux. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 1 life if you draw a card. Alright. And we've got lands, so lands are very important to the game. And this is pretty good. They give you full art lands in this starter kit. Very unusual of them. Usually they just give you base regular art lands. And now let's open Cloud's deck. We've got Moogles. I think a very interesting creature. We've got cats. We've got little dwarf soldiers. So it looks like Cloud plays with lots of smaller creatures, but you also have equipment, as you would expect with Cloud, with a lot of swords and other weapons. So Beatrix, I think, is the other rare in the set. It is a 4/4 vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may attach any number of equipment you control to target creature you control. Oh, nice. Another equipment, and this it's a special one with job select. It comes in attached to a 1/1 hero token. So free attach, very nice and unique to Final Fantasy. Oh, Lightning. Lightning is, I think, one of the other protagonists, main heroes in Final Fantasy. So here, there's one version of her. Oh, we've got other rares here. Ultimate Weapon, Judgment Bolt. I'm not sure if these are in the main set, but they're not going to be the best because you got this 7 mana equipment. Equip 7, cost 7, but equip creature gets +7/+7, and when it equip creature attacks, destroy target creature. So pretty good. And then the lands. And again, we have full art lands. Now let's do a very quick introduction to how to read a Magic the Gathering card. On the top left, you have the card name, Sephiroth. Top right, you have the casting cost, which means the mana you have to pay to put this card from your hand onto the battlefield. In this case, you've got blue and black colors. easily recognizable, and 4 of any color. And then right here you have the type of card. In this case, Sephiroth is a legendary creature. And because it's a creature, in the bottom right you have the power and toughness stats. So essentially your attack and defense, very basic stats found in many different games. And what's interesting now is that this is the game text box where you have all your unique abilities dependent on what card you have. So for demonstration purposes, we will shuffle Cloud's deck and then we will deal a hand and start casting some spells to show you how to play some magic. Alright, we're shuffling Cloud's deck and we will start a game. So to start, we draw a hand of 7. We'll put our deck to the side. It can be either left or right. And this is where you look at your opening hand. So usually you want your opening hand to have a mix of lands, in this case the mountains and the plains, so that you can cast spells, because without lands you're not going to be able to do anything. So in this case we have 2 lands, which isn't the best, but we already have cards that we can cast, such as the Shopkeep, which costs 2 mana. So we're going to keep this hand. So if we're starting second, we get to draw a card, which we do from the deck. And it's a land, so that's good for us. Now we have 3 lands. So we're gonna play a mountain first. Generally we put lands right in front of us, and then other creatures on top. So we can't do anything right now, so we'll pass the turn. So opponent takes this turn and we draw our card at the start of our next turn. We've drawn lightning, which is good. 3 mana creature with 2/3 power and toughness. So we're gonna play a plains now. And now we have something to cast on our turn. We cast spells. And in order to do that, we have to pay the mana cost on the cards, and that means tapping the lands. And tapping, the action of tapping means to turn it sideways. So once we turn it sideways, we've added 1 red mana and 1 white mana. And we can cast this, which is item Shopkeep. The 2/2 creature, very simple, but whenever you attack, target attacking equipped creature gets menaced until end of turn. So right now we don't have an equipment, but we'll just cast it. And then we have to pass the turn. So opponent takes his turn, he might cast his own spells, his own creatures, and then he passes it back to us. So at the start of our turn, we always untap everything, unless an effect says otherwise. We then go to our draw phase, which we draw an additional card for our hand, and it's another land. So we're going to play our second mountain, which means we have 3 mana up and available. There are 2 cards we can cast, which is either another Shopkeep, which is 2 mana, or we can cast lightning, which is a 3 mana, 2/3 menace, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control lightning. We're going to do that. We're going to tap 3 lands for 3 mana and cast lightning. So in Magic the Gathering, creatures that just entered cannot attack immediately unless they have a special ability called haste. So lightning cannot attack, but the item Shopkeep can. So we're going to talk about one of the most important parts of the game, which is combat. That's how you send your creatures to attack and deal damage to the opponent so that the life total goes to 0. And to attack, we have to tap them unless they have a special ability again that says otherwise. So we tap them, and basically a 2/2 creature is going that way. If, for example, opponent has a Sephiroth, they can choose to block the Shopkeep, and what happens is our power matches with their toughness and their power matches with our toughness. So a 4/4 beats a 2/2, so our Shopkeep dies and goes to the graveyard. If you are able to attack through to the opponent, then you get to deal damage to the player's life total. If they started with 20 life, then it goes down to 18 in terms if the Shopkeep dealt 2 damage to them. And you need to get it down all the way to 0. And when you do that, you win the game. So I highly encourage you to start playing Magic using the starter kits. They're all ready to play. They've got unique cards that are not found anywhere else. They're also actually pretty cheap, despite the fact that Final Fantasy is a hyped up set and everything costs extra. But the starter kits are, I guess, not as in demand, and so you can get them for pretty cheap and you can start playing Magic at a low cost. You do get a very unique Cloud and Sephiroth not found in the main set. And there is also arena codes, which you can use. I think if you join arena, you can enter this code and you will get the deck added to your account. So this is one for Cloud, one for Sephiroth. Not sure which one is which now. So that's it from us. Hope you will subscribe or hit the like button. It helps us a lot. You can also check out our website at tapandsac.com for more articles on Magic the Gathering. So take care out there, and we'll see you at the next game.